Monday morning. I love me some Mondays. I'm running solo right now. We had a little technical glitch, which is cool because I think they're going to be jumping on here any second. As they do, I'll bring them on. My co-host is who I'm talking about. But as we get started, I hope yesterday was awesome. All right, Sunday, great day with family, friends, hanging out with yourself, whatever the case may be. And hope that was awesome. Hope tomorrow is even better by twice as good, right? And today, though, we're going to talk about how to make today great, how to win the day. Hey, Destiny. Sorry, I had a little glitch getting on this morning.
No worries.
All right, so we're going to talk about how to make today great. What I want to talk about, you guys, is I think so many realtors are operating out there, grinding the day-to-day, focused on what they have to do today, their lead gen, their contracts, their negotiating, all that stuff. So important to do the day-to-day and get that together. However, without a clear idea of where you're going, you can find yourself in a spin cycle that never ends. And I just don't know that the teaching is out there for agents about creating career goals. What does a great career look like to you? Okay. So when we leave here today, I want a few things to happen. I want you to start thinking about in 15, 10, 20, whatever number of years, what does a great career look like for you as a real estate salesperson, as a professional, as a whatever it is going to be? What does great look like? When you get to the end, you just look back and go, I crushed that. That was good, right? I just don't think that's being taught enough. And where it comes into play are in times like this, when it's harder, right? When you're working twice as hard for half as much, and you start to question what's going on. If you don't have that big goal in mind, you get stuck in the right now, and that can be debilitating. All right. I see it in agents everywhere. And I asked them, what's your big career? What are you doing? Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to get through today. Awesome. You got to get through today or else there's no tomorrow. However, if you can't look ahead and identify what gets you fired up, it gets really hard when it gets hard. It just does. I see it. People drop out. They quit. They lose confidence. All that stuff that happens. You're not going to do that. You're watching this. We're not going to let that happen. I want you to have a big goal. Mine, when I first started, because I didn't have one, I'm just going to show up every day and I'm going to grind. I'm going to outgrind the next person, right? And I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to do this and that and the other thing. I did. And I was paying a lot in taxes. I was working a lot. I was afraid and stressed and all that stuff. Not really sure where I was going. I was just running on a log that rolled faster I ran. But then I got some guidance. You know what? You should invest. Because if you start investing in properties, those properties will start making you money, the same or more money than you're making now. And you can stop running if you want, or you can keep running, or you can help somebody else run, or you can run for somebody else. All kinds of options start to show up. You know what? I did. I started investing, and I invested and did well, invested, did well, invested, did well. And it changed my outlook. And then I said, you know what? Career win for me is to have a bunch of agents who are now millionaires that are having passive income greater than the income they were earning when they were working hard, such that they can work with only the people they want to, when they want to, how they want to. And the cool thing about that is, you guys, they end up wanting to help more people than they did before for different reasons and getting different results, better results. It's really an interesting and cool thing. Now we're running into it right now because the market's hard. Okay. And this is where the benefit of having a big end goal, your North Star, you can see it. If you look up, you can see where you're going. You know, if your roadmap is a little blurred or something, you can still look up the North Star and see which way you're going. So important. So very important. So let's talk about how you're going to do it. Number one, first thing you got to do is figure out where you're going. All right. What does a great career look like for you? Okay. It looks different for everyone. My great career might not be yours. whatever floats your boat, gets you excited. All right. And then 2, I want you to create some milestones to hit so you know you're progressing, right? Maybe I want to do 20 closings in a year. Maybe it's 100 closings in a year. Maybe it's to earn $1 million in a year. I know, whatever it is, but you got to start laying out these mileposts. 10 comes before 20, which comes before 100, right? 100 grand comes before 200 grand, before $1 million earned, right? 1 property invested in comes before 3, that comes before 10. Create these milestones. All right. The big win, y'all, is in the investing. It's in the investing. Whether it's real estate, some dividend producing stocks, maybe it's a whole nother business that you passively own. Cody Sanchez has a big thing going on that, buying these ugly businesses that pay a lot of money. Whatever it is, you need to find a way to invest in something that's going to make money for you rather than from your own intellect, your own muscle, your own everything. Your money's making money for you. All right. You've got to establish a criteria. What does that look like? For me, I invest in vacation rental properties, condos, some single family homes that we rent for vacation, short-term rentals. That's my area of expertise, which I operate. I know a lot of people invest in multifamily. Some invest in other things. Whatever it is, whatever your thing is, create criteria. I have a worksheet of criteria. If you want to see what that looks like, I will send it out to you. Just send me an email. All right. But whatever you're going to invest in, you should invest in something, create criteria. Because what that criteria is going to allow you to do is to quickly and easily identify things that work. It's going to eliminate risk. Can never eliminate all risk, but it's going to eliminate most risk, most of the due diligence time. Because if it doesn't meet a certain threshold, you don't even look at it. That's your due diligence, right? You do it one time. I'm only going to invest in condos that cash flow, positive, all in. I'm making money. I'm not bringing money to the table. I'm only going to invest in Gulf front condos. I'm not going to have a direct access to the beach, direct views, whatever. Those are mine. You may have your own. You should have your own because this is about you, not me, right? So create a criteria because that's going to make it real easy, all right? 4, create timelines. Create timelines of when you're going to do this, right? I'm going to buy my first property after 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever. I'm going to buy my first property when I earn 100 grand. I don't know, whatever your timeline is. I'm going to buy my second. I'm going to buy one a year. I'm going to buy one every other year, every 5 years. I don't know, whatever your thing is. Create some timelines that'll hold you accountable to that. Okay. And so now you know what your big career looks like. You got some milestones that are going to tell you how you're progressing. All right. You got a criteria of what it is you're going to invest in. And you got a timeline when you're going to do it. So important. The number one, hugest, most important part of it all is right here, number 5. You got to stay focused on your daily activities. You got to do the lead gen. You got to do the previewing. You got to do the market studies. You got to negotiate contracts. You got to do all those things. Go on appointments. That's the grind. I call it the grind, the day-to-day grind. You got to stay focused on that. You cannot let that go. But you got to have a North Star sitting above the day-to-day that you can look at when it starts to spin and you get dizzy and you're trying to find a stability, right? Mm-hmm. Destiny, does this ring a bell for you? Does this ring true for you?
It does. I think I'm that agent that's in that kind of foggy, cloudy stage right now in season of my career, just trying to figure out, okay, where am I at in my business? But I agree with what you said, to stay focused and stay in that grind. Don't stop lead genning because you're unclear about certain things. Stay in, keep that momentum going because eventually that's what's going to pay off. So,
okay. So here's a hard question.
Agree.
Here's a direct hard question for you. Mm-hmm. What does a great career, right? Destiny 20 years from now. What do you see?
For me, I want to be that household name that everybody says, hey, I need Destiny. I need to call my household name Destiny. Yep.
So I'm going to explore this for a minute. You want to be a household name?
Yes.
There's got to be a why behind that. Why? What is that going to do for you?
Why? Because I believe that will be my consistency in business. I want to eventually get to the place where my business is working for me. I'm getting lots of referral business and not having to lead gen as hard as I am right now.
So you're going to be doing lead gen, you're going to be selling real estate, you're going to do all that, and it's going to be easier because you're a name brand.
Right.
Okay. And because you love selling real estate, or do you love the money?
No, I love the whole aspect of it. It's the money is great, don't get me wrong, but I love the reward comes when I see people smile at the closing table. I love that. I really do.
So you love the reward of people smiling at the closing table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. How many people can you realistically help in a year?
Ooh, the possibilities I think are endless. You know,
are they? You have 365 days, 24 hours a day.
If it's just me by myself,
yep,
and that's all I had to focus on was real estate, I could probably help, 45 to 50 people.
45 to 50.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I think you can too. Probably even more if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 45 to 50 people smiling. Love it. So if you help 45 to 50 people a year for 10 years,
right?
Is that a great career?
It's an amazing career.
You'd be happy as can be.
I would be.
Okay. What if Destiny made enough money she could hire admin, create a training program for other agents, and take Destiny's 45 to 50 and 10x that through other realtors, helping 450 to 500 people?
I would love that.
Is that good?
That's amazing.
So keep going.
Right.
Keep going. So you're going to keep training, hiring, selling, doing all that. Yeah. Are you ever going to get tired?
Of course.
Okay. Would you ever have a situation where money's coming in without you having to lead gen, negotiate, train, all that? So how are you going to get that?
Work hard now.
To do what?
To get to that place where I don't have to.
Because you have money in your savings account?
No.
Where's the money going to come from if you're not working?
It's not going to come from anywhere. You have to work.
So you're always going to work?
Always.
Okay. I think you should invest in real estate and let your real estate earn you money, because then you don't have to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when you don't have to, it doesn't mean you don't work. It just means you don't have to work.
Right.
And when you're in that position, it changes literally everything. You start taking some more chances. You take less chances. You can help people you wouldn't normally try to help, or you can do all kinds of things. So all I'm saying is, it's your life. I don't want to live your life for you, but I want you and anybody who's watching, listening, reading, or doing anything to do with any of this to do when you leave here today is to give some serious thought into what a unbelievable career would look like in 10, 15, 20 years. And then what I want you to do is write that down, sit with it for a day or two. And then, because I remember Gary saying this, you guys don't dream big enough. You come up with these big dreams. I think you should double, triple, 10 times what you wrote, right? Because what happens is you're going to shoot for that dream, and most people come up short on their dream. Is that fair to say? Yeah. So if you shoot for an 8 and you come up with a 6, really good.
Yeah.
It's still a 6. What if you shoot for a 20 and come up with a 15?
Still great.
It's even better. It's more than twice as good, right? So this is a limiting belief most of us have because we don't dream big enough. All right. So 50 people, 45 people is nice.
And it's very nice.
450 to 500 is nicer. 4,000 to 5,000 is even better. Or maybe it's not. Maybe you want to have a personal touch. I don't know. But my point is, when you guys leave here today, sit down, spend some time with yourself. What would huge look like for me? I own 20 properties that are generating $1 million a year without me doing anything. That'd be cool. and then I'm going to take that $1 million and I'm going to use part of it to live, and I'm going to give $700,000 to charity so somebody else can, I don't know, cure for cancer, whatever. Who knows? Who knows what you can do? Take care of yourself and your family first, but there should be a lot left. If you have a big dream, you should be able to help a lot of people, right? The second thing you want to do when we get this thing going is to create some milestones so you can tell that you're moving forward with this big dream, right?
Sure.
Sometimes we can fool ourselves. I'm working really hard. I'm getting somewhere. Yeah, you are. But you're getting up somewhere and you're taking a right turn, and then you're taking another right turn, another right turn, and you're ending back where you started. And, that's fine, but it's not a big dream. I just don't think enough realtors have big enough dreams. Curious if anybody's out there. What are the big dreams? What does anybody have for Bianca? What is a big dream for you? Right? Just curious, because we got a little bit of time this morning.
Yeah.
Um,
And John, I think it's important to be okay with going back to the drawing board. I think we get stuck on this is how I'm going to do it, and that way may not work. And I'm big at that. Okay, let me track this. That didn't work for me. Let me go back and figure out another way to get to this goal.
Okay.
That path didn't work for me.
So the path may change, but the big goal is still out there.
Correct.
Absolutely. Things change. Markets change. When I got into this, I called on expireds only. Not nearly as many expires. There's being more and more now. But and then for a long time, I didn't work with buyers. Now we're starting to work with buyers a little bit more. Things change, right? We do a lot more social media. When I started, there was no social media.
Right.
You got to be able to evolve as well. But the dream has always been to be, for me, or once I got it, is to create income such that I can live the life I want to live without having to do anything, which will free me up to do the things I want to do, work with the people I want to work with, whether they're clients, whether they're coworkers, whether they're anything. Changes my excitement for the job dramatically, which is super cool from my perspective. And you grind. Because what you got to be careful of, you get lost in the dream and you forget the work. Careful on that. Victoria Pope, I want a minimum of 20 paid properties, paid off properties under my belt.
I love it.
Cash flow. Okay. So good. Right? That is awesome. 20. Why 20? Why not 10? Why not 50? Okay. I'm guessing, Victoria, 20 is the amount of money you need. Right? Maybe they throw off 10 grand each, creating 200 grand. Maybe they throw off 20 grand each, creating 400. But we all got our thing. Very important. Very important. I was thinking about this over the weekend. I just don't know that enough realtors have a big why. Here's Jamie, what she's saying. Good morning from Salt Lake. 30 doors, 3 businesses owned, money working for me, and working because I want to. So good.
Yes.
So good. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have milestones. Dreams remain dreams unless you do something about it, right? You got to do that day to day. But I tell you what, it's inspiring to see this. When you guys start thinking about all these big things you can do, when it gets hard, like it is now, it helps you through those tough times to see where you're going. Because the greatest lesson, I say this all the time, Gary Keller taught me, you're building a career, not a year. I see so many agents come with these big years and then fade. I see them 2 years and then fade. Very few agents can carry 7, 10, 15, 20 years. All right. Those are the ones I really respect. Build a career. And then when you get to that end of the career, you look back and say, yeah, that was cool. And I think one thing you're going to find is careers change as you go in your big dream. For sure. Big dream to outlast 80% of the agents out there. Well, you're almost there. Good job. Stay ethical. Oh, that is a dream. Stay real. To retire when I am 50 with $5 million in the bank and 4 properties in my name that bring in $350K a year. And I can live happy. Then be the number one agent that agents think of when they need quick help. Kyle Hawk, you're onto it, dude.
He is onto it.
He's onto it. So that's cool. I'll be excited when you get to 4 properties and 5 million and you're 45.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how old you are, but I'm guessing you're not 45 yet. Is your dream still going to be that? It might be 10 million. It might be 700. It might be 8. But it'll always be the number one agent. He's well on his way. Kyle's one of the better agents in our market center, if you guys don't know. Well, not our market center, in our market, if you don't know. Thanks, Kyle. Hey, Jesse, what else? Give me some other insight that you would.
I would say just keep your momentum going no matter what. Don't quit. Don't stop, because the markets change. I even find now with the election, not to get political, but people are scared to make a move. And so changing my tactic. Now I got to get boots to the ground. I need some more face-to-face interactions instead of over the phone. So
love it.
Being okay with changing and pivoting.
Awesome. So true. So true. Bottom line, know what a great career looks like. You're going to have to spend some time. This might be a little soul searching. Mm-hmm. It might be hard, but I'll guarantee you, you're going to get to something. And when you get to something, take a minute, think about it, come back to it in a day, 2 days, something like that, and challenge yourself. Double it. F that. Quadruple it. Take it times 4. Scare yourself a little bit. Okay. Then create a roadmap to get to that end result. All right. Create milestones and timelines. I mean, they don't have to be set in stone, but you got to know where you're going, have some sort of guidance, a map. And most importantly, I always stay focused on the day-to-day. If you give up that daily, it doesn't matter what your dream is, it'll always remain a dream. If you don't have a dream, your daily grind will always remain a grind. You got to combine the two. So that's how you're going to win the day. All right. If you can put those things together today, you will win today. You win tomorrow, you'll win a great career. So cool. That's what I got, people. Let's go to work. See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.